looks like we is on. Hello everyone and welcome to another Storytime Sunday. Yay! where at least I try to read and voice act the characters. And I just we go from VN to VN, if I can. These VNs tend to be kind of lengthy, so yeah. Aside from that, also too, my roommate is currently watching something. I don't know. So if it gets a little loud, sorry for that. If you hear like some weird stuff in the background, that's just a movie he's watching. Some buds. So yeah. Anyway, we are going back to Lucid 9. Last time I remember, which is a while back, if I remember correctly, the character was the main part tag. We met this girl. She is a complete B in terms, like she likes him. You could tell that she likes him, but she wants him to be like a good role model or whatever. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to see if my chat works.
Boy.
There we go. Okay, good. Chatbot's working. Anyway, beside that, then we have not Rin. Damn, I've got her name already. Well, anyway, best childhood friend girl. We were able to make up with her, and there's we have a little tension with her and the main character, or the pro tag. And then now we have met this girl, which she turned out to be a model and an old friend of him and her. Or Rui, that was her name, Rui. Yeah, him and Rui. And she's like a complete model and everything like that, but because supposedly something happened between them where they had to separate. She had to separate because her mother's reasons. And because of that, supposedly from what Rui says, the pro tag went through a lot of hardship with her gone, and she can't forgive her for putting him through that. So yeah, that's where we stand, I guess. Like we did like a job fair or something like that. At least that's from what I remember. Let's see. Oh yeah, we met Crazy Girl. We got hired by some random investigator girl or whatever. We ended up finding out that it wasn't because it's not because the wedding got called off. It's because the person that she was with died. Yeah. And then we had some KFC fighting with one another. So yeah. And now I think that's where we stand right now. We went to bed, I guess. It's not that. So let's continue, guys. Let's take a drink of water first. Okay, let's get to it. It only takes a few seconds to throw my uniform. I barely step in the room before I'm out again. When I returned to Rui, I noticed that she regained her composure. I had to admit that this is fairly impressive that she can master herself in such a short amount of time. Hey, took you long enough. You say that like you were waiting forever. I leaned closer, raising an eyebrow. Or did you want to? Shut up! I playfully poke her forehead in an attempt to put her at ease. I really need to learn to keep my mouth shut. Nothing good will come from saying things like that. It's just, why does she have to look so cute when she's angry? Let's go. She marches out the door without a backward glance. Rui refuses to speak to me even as we exit the apartment complex and head into the street. It takes me a moment to realize that we're on a complete detour. Instead of leading me to the academy, Rui stops by the main street. The city is fairly quiet at the time of day, excluding the handful of cars that roar down the road in hectic commute. It's completely silent. Almost eerily so. Hey, it's okay. No buses. Buses? She fixes me with a searching look for a second. Then out of nowhere, her eyes spring wide open. They're after us! Agent Ishimoto, run! She bolts down the street without warning. I've never seen her run so fast in her life. It spurs me to sprint after her, even though there's no visible threat, at least not from what I can tell. What on earth has possessed this crazy girl? Rui's speed picks up until we're precariously weaving around benches, street lamps, and other miscellaneous items. I can easily keep up, being in track and all, but Rui is clearly inexperienced. If she stays in this pace, she'll probably end up hurting herself. I find Rui sprawled on the ground, gingerly nursing her ankle. You okay? What? Are you blind? You're the one who tripped. Why are you calling me blind? I'm not the one who asked, "Are you okay?" to someone who's clearly in pain. She attempts to struggle to her feet, but crumbles to the ground with a pain cry. I instinctively catch her arm. It's unexpectedly slender. I assumed that she would develop some muscle from how often she likes to hit me. Whatever gave you the brilliant idea to tear down the street like a madwoman anyway? Shut up and help me before we're late for school. If you were really worried about that, we should have come here in the first place. Come on already, idiot! Girls, I'll never understand them ever. Same here. Regardless, I kneel down, pull Rui's arm around my shoulder, and slowly start to stand. It would have worked well, but our height difference is too substantial. She's clearly uncomfortable with her arm hitched over her head. This isn't working. Brilliant deduction, Sherlock. It is, for a brain as tiny as yours. You know, maybe I should just leave you here. You wouldn't. I sigh, lowering her back to the ground. She's right, I wouldn't. So, somehow I had to get her to school. Carry her, maybe? Since she's wearing a skirt, a piggyback ride might be too difficult. I would try the tried and true potato sack style, but there would really be any way of putting her down without injuring her ankle. The only viable option is to carry her bridal style, which comes with problems of its own. Just go for it. Oops, sorry, I spiked. Just go for it, dang it. A lot of them. Sending wrong messages, being close to Rui, confusing not only her but also myself. Everything I've sworn not to do. It's 7:50. It's not my fault you're so clumsy. Just hurry up. Well, doesn't look like there's any way out of it. I'll just have to get it over with. I stoop down, slipping one arm under her knees and the other around her back. Rui's breath catches slightly, and she instinctively wraps her arms around my neck. I lean her slight weight against my chest and lift her into the air. She grips me a little tighter, pulling our faces precariously close. The gentle wash of her breath on my cheek startles me forward. Since when were you so heavy? Since when were you so weak? I duck for a second, pretending to drop her. She squeaks, clutching onto me for dear life. I'm sorry, what was that? You're strong. You're pretty strong. Don't drop me. I can't help but chuckle at that. She audibly leans her head against my chest. Her face opens in curiosity. It feels comfortable. Too comfortable. What are you doing? She closed her eyes for a split second. I'm terrified that she'll say something terribly sappy. I was trying to find your heartbeat. It looks like you don't have one. Classic Rui. Are you sure you're looking in the right place? What? Remember who flunked human anatomy? I didn't flunk. I just had other strengths. Like sleeping? You were the one who always got in trouble for napping. Huh, she's so adorable when she's angry. She suddenly tugs on my sleeve, glancing around. What is it? We should go around. Why? We're almost there. Because my sixth sense is tingling. You don't have a sixth sense. You don't even have 5. I only smirk at this retort and continue towards the school entrance, but Rui tugs at my ear. Ow! Really? Take me around. Why don't I just dump you here? I like that idea much more. You can't dump a lady on the ground. Great. I'll have no issue dumping you. Hey! She wobbles me in the chest, and I stumble forward, coughing. My back, woman! Are you trying to kill me? Oh, grow up, you big baby. She pats my chest, which feels even weirder. I'll dump you. What? I'll do it. Fine. I'll behave. I obligingly take her around the path outside of the gate. So, what exactly is this detour for? Enjoying the fresh air before we head to school? And we had to go all the way to the main street to do that? Some days you gotta do things because you can, Yama. Easy for you to say when you're getting carried. Rui suddenly yanks on my collar, standing over my shoulder. Wait, is that? I choke at her tight hold. Thankfully, she promptly releases me. Sorry. You really are trying to kill me, aren't you? No, I just... She points wordlessly at the school entrance. Lo and behold, it's no other than Misaki Kazuhaya, standing at the gate, scrolling casually through her phone. She seems completely oblivious to the thongs. Oh, to the thongs, to the throngs of students peering at her in a mix of admiration, jealousy, and contempt. Hooray! Welcome to the snooty school. I'll just get to class. Wait, Rui and Mizaki in the same area? Oh, perfect! Time to bring this needless drama to an end. Let's go say hi. Let's not. Well, while I'm carrying you, you go where I go. And I guess I'm getting off. She disentangles herself and steps away, her height evenly distributed on her feet. Are you being serious right now? Yeah, I am. I meant what I said yesterday, Yama. How's she supposed to know what to fix if you don't tell her? Because right now, she doesn't even think that anything's wrong. The first step is getting her to realize that. I don't really understand. Yeah, I kind of figured. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'm off to class now, okay? See you late. Really? Oh, well, looks like someone got off her phone. This should be interesting. It is you. How long has it been? You saw me yesterday, didn't you? You should have said hello. I was speaking with Yami yesterday about Patter. I was wondering if you'd like to create an account so we can keep... But Rui, after simply staring at her in silence, breezes away without a word. She leaves Mizaki still grinning, holding up her phone with half-formed sentence spilled out of her mouth. In touch, Rui? But Rui doesn't stop. She keeps marching right through the doors of the classroom building. Mizaki blinks for a moment, and if the gears in her brain have suddenly ground to a halt. Morning. Yes. Good morning. Is everything alright? She's not sick, is she? No. Then why did she act that way? Girl drama. I did not sign up for this. Now, two people who should be my best friends are ignoring each other. Or at least one is ignoring the other. Beats me, she seems unhappy with you. You should talk to her. Unhappy with me? Why? Like I said, beats me. I see. 1 second. I'll run a quick search. Her thumbs blur over her phone in a whirlwind. I can practically see smoke trailing from the machine. Alright, two girls. Once very close, now ignoring or fighting with each other. I should have expected this. What is it? She's scared. She's scared, Gamma. She's scared that I've come to steal you away from her and claim you as my own. Wait, what? How could I be so blind? Of course this might happen. She's jealous because I might endanger your friendship or even attempt to seduce you, and thus leave her alone. I think you should stop turning to the internet for everything, Miki. But she's already in her own little world. Ridiculous. As if I'm actually in love with you. I'll clear this up with her as soon as possible. Gee, thanks for sharing my manly ego, Misaki. Maybe if they actually can get a decent conversation together, the sacrifice will be worth it. I can only sigh as I follow a mumbling Misaki to class. I go on a long trek through the city with a 115-pound weight on my back, and this is what I get for it. Maybe I should just made Yuri walk on her own. She certainly seems fine by the time we ran into Miki. Wait a minute. She certainly seemed fine. Yuri walked to her class without a problem. Didn't she just sprain her ankle? Badly? So badly that she needed to be carried? Actually, when I take a step back, everything just downright fishy. A seemingly random detour to the main street? A seemingly random make-believe running sequence? A seemingly unavoidable bridal-style ride? All the pieces fall into place. Looks like I'll need to visit a certain blonde-related... No, I thought it was her talking. Looks like I'll need to visit a certain blonde-haired troublemaker during lunch break. A certain Akira Karubi. Classes get off to a dreary start. Yaiko naps through math. I almost follow suit. The teacher's voice is hypnotic, and not in a good way. But Elizabeth glares at me through English, probably because the teacher had me recite some Edgar Allan Poe, and I found it so stupid that I didn't even try to get the accents right. Sorry, Your Highness, that we're not all bilingual like your perfect self. Then it's world history. Our teacher arrives in camouflage getup, proudly waving SMU's city flag and screaming at the top of his lungs. Okay, maggots, listen up. You think school's easy? You think this'll be a cakewalk? Well, you're right, because its blasted place has gone soft. Back in my day, we didn't have no study guides. Textbooks, we had to write them ourselves, up, down, uphill, in the snow, both ways. While my peers seem petrified, I only smile amusedly. If only all classes were like this. None of you have any excuse to get less than a 98 on the test. So help me, if I see a single 80, I'll give you a taste of the old days. Yaiko is sliding beneath his desk as if he wants to melt into his chair. The old days? The teacher's eyes flare with delight, as if he was waiting to be asked. That's right, them old days. They string us up by our ankles over a pit of hungry lions. Yaiko squeaks and buries himself under his desk. Do lions even exist in Japan? Yes, there are some zoos. That voice really hurt. I should stop making that voice. Oh boy. Woo, okay. Back to it. Alright, maggots. Let's get this party started. The teacher thrusts a heavy finger at the board, sending the test to each of our desks. You've got till 11:25, sissies. Then it's judgment day. And that, he flops on his chair, props his feet on the tabletop, and stuffs his face into a ragged newspaper. I give the test a once over. I should have studied more, but maybe I can bluff the right answers. What was Europe's rapid colonization of Africa after 1880s driven by? No. No, I think it was raw materials, if I remember correctly. What does the ancient yin-yang Chinese symbol represent? The theory that everything is opposite but complementary? Yes. Write the correct chronological order of at least 3 current world religions. Okay, obviously, no, Buddhism did not come before Christianity. Because I know, okay, Christianity came after Christ. Buddha was one of Christ's disciples. But Islam? Okay, that's a hard one. Was Islam after Buddhism or before Christianity? Because all of these religions are after Judaism, and these things are really damn close together. And when they started. I'm going to guess. I think Christianity is always out of all of them. What was the intention of China's Great Leap Forward? Expand Chinese influence in the Third World, industrialize China's economy, expel Japanese occupation from Korea. Industrialize? What European practice did the colonial Spanish American encomienda system emulate? Okay, I don't know. I have no clue with this one. They never taught me this in history. God damn it. Man, this is like trivial knowledge. This one. That went better than I expected. A class around the classroom, gauging the reaction of my peers, they range from triumph to utter despair. Surprisingly, Yahiko is the fastest rider of them all, trumping even Elizabeth. Out of curiosity, I steal a peek at his test. Name. Calling people names is rude. Date. I'm not dating anyone right now. List several ways of Russian prepared for the Cold War. They wore really big coats and took medicine every 6 hours. Describe how Hitler gained influence in Germany. They produced a lot of chocolate until they were the biggest candy factory in Asia. That's completely wrong. Is he for real? Oops. What major event incited the Japanese capitulation during World War II? The nuclear bomb. Wait. Oh, he almost got that one right. Yahiko. Time for sign language. Your answer on question 3 is wrong. He grins and shoots me a thumbs up. What major event incited the Japanese capitulation during World War II? The Rigo movie premiere. He raised his eyebrow at me. How's this? I nod encouragingly. Now all his answers will look dumb. The most consistent. Return to my exam. The last question that remains is a long essay. Elaborate on one of the following historical themes with at least 3 specific examples from covered material. Subjugation of humanity, economic equality, wealth disparity, role of religion in society. Well, this will be easy. I select the first option and start rambling about how everyone sucks and is unbelievably power hungry. It's easy. It's the easiest essay I've ever written. I finish with plenty of time to spare. After handing in my test, I take a moment to evaluate my surroundings. Oh, Yahiko reached the essay perfectly. He selected the second option, the economic gap between wealth and poor. Let's take a look. I believe that the solution to all the conflicts and stuff between rich people and poor people is that they should try to understand each other. Like rich people need to realize the hardship of the poor and try to do something about it. And the poor need to understand that not all rich people are the same. That's all he pens before he turns in his test? You completely missed the point of the question, but that was an unusually sober answer considered he's, well, Yahiko. Rid of my entertainment, I stare into space and think about nothing as classes continue on. When the lunch bell rings, everything seems to have happened at once. Misaki leaps to her feet, snatches up her backpack, and storms to the classroom door. I hurriedly tap her on the shoulder. Where are you off to? To track down Rui, of course. You sound like you're stalking prey. Who says I'm not? And obviously, with no intention of slowing down, she barrels out of the room with a single purpose. As she does so, a group of girls race into the room, crowding around Elizabeth. Is this you, Elizabeth? You won the art contest. Gosh, is there anything you aren't good at? It's such an amazing painting. You're so cool. Elizabeth smiles at her groupies, unusually gentle. Thank you. She coughs delicately. Ah, sorry, my throat is feeling a bit dry. Oh, stay right there. I'll go get some tea for you. Hurry up, don't keep her waiting. Elizabeth smiles in appreciation as the groupie sprints out of the classroom. The whole display just makes me want to gag. Then Masato comes roaring in, and I cringe, expecting yet another sales pitch for the track team. He crashes past me, grabbing one of my hapless classmates. You? Who? Me? You started a bitter family feud, you ignorant whelp. What? I never seen you in my life. You mess with my little bro, you mess with me. Come here. Masato seizes the student's ear and drags him into the hallway, leaving a trail of gossiping students in his wake. Huh, weird. I never knew Masato had a little brother. See ya, dude. What? Where are you going? To see applications for my amazing club, of course. You interested in joining? It's called the Happy Club? Oh, it's called the Happy Club. Suddenly, I'm very glad that I have other plans. Have fun with that. He only beams. I will. And with that, he promptly disappears. It was oddly hectic for an ordinary school day. Well, at least it's convenient. Now I'm left to my own devices. Alright, Akira. It's time to have a few words with you. I enter the cafeteria with laser focus, searching for the familiar head of blonde hair. I vaguely notice Yahiko gesturing exaggeratedly to a few skeptic students, but I pass over them. After a few minutes of circling the cafeteria, I still haven't caught sight of my intended target. Superni Sarge. Superni Sarge. I quickly whip around and come face to face with the object of my search. A bright-eyed girl bubbling with energy, as demonstrated by her tendency to bounce on the balls of her feet. Hey, Akira. It's been a while, Sarge. I can't help but sigh. I can sense that the ensuing conversation will be a very long and difficult one. My name isn't Sarge. I never said it was. Then why do you keep calling me Sarge? Because Sarge is short for surgeon. She stops, and if that's an adequate explanation. And I'm hungry, so let's get some food. She skips to the buffet table to swipe her card. This girl, it's impossible to get a straight answer out of her. Akira is an interesting case. She and Rui joined drama club last year, and that's how they became friends, or so they claim. It didn't take long for them to become close, and this year they're rooming together. Akira, well, if I had to describe her, I'd say she's free-spirited, doing her own thing off in her own world. She doesn't really associate with us much, just Rui. She's a bit eccentric though, I suppose, in a refreshing way, I suppose. Her When we've gotten our food, Akira makes her way to an obscure corner of the cafeteria and digs through her bag, pulling out a green and white plaid blanket with a flourish. I present to you Annette Diana Helson, the 17th. I crane my desk, trying to peek into her bag. Where? Here. She shakes the blanket. The blanket? Oh, don't be rude. How would you feel if Annette Diana Helson the 17th called you the human all the time? Use her name. I'm not going through all that effort just to spare the feelings of an inanimate object. She frowns at me, but gently lays the blanket on the floor. Don't come crying if Annette Diana Helson the 17th exacts retribution of you for the great insult you just made. I'm sure I'll live. Akira only shrugs and settles on the blanket. A few students in the background send us bewildered glances. Why do we just sit at a table? Why don't you just sit on the ground? Chairs are meant to be sat on. So's the ground. What? Fine, you sit on the ground, I'll sit on the table. Akira sighs and obligingly stuffs Annette Diana Helson the 17th back into her bag. You know, if Rui and I are like peas in a pod, you're like the awkward leaf that's growing really far down the stem. I see you all the time, but we never actually hang out. That's not really fair. You choose not to hang out with us. On second thought, I'm not sure if I'd be able to handle Akira on a daily basis. Aw, Sarge. I never said it was your fault. Right. I gather myself as Akira takes a seat beside me and starts to dig in. The ankle incident. Just ask her about the ankle incident and this whole nightmare will be over. Something interesting happened today. Don't you pretend that we're across... Did you pretend to be... Oh my gosh. I can't English, I swear. Okay. Did you pretend that you were a cross-dressing duchess? What? Guess not. Too bad. That would have definitely been interesting. Most brains have interconnected neurons, but I'm beginning to think that Akira's brain is structured without rhyme or reason. No, Rui tripped and injured her ankle. Oh no! Well, I don't think she actually injured it. She was running around on it just a few minutes later. Did you carry her? Yeah. Piggyback? Why does that matter? Oh, the healing power of true love. Oh, how I envy your bond. You see, love is like antidepressants with herbal infusions. Most of the time, people just get involved so that they feel good, regardless of the actual results. But sometimes, if your bond is truly deep, it can actually physically heal you. Only sometimes though, like maybe less than 0.0016%. I carry her bridal style actually. But bridal style? 10 times the healing power? 10 times the bond. Like a covalent bond. Oh, ionic. Depending on the properties. Her way of thinking is impressive, honestly. I don't even know how she makes these associations. Look, Akira, can you just give me a straight answer? The angle of an answer is irrelevant, since an answer is an abstract concept, and therefore is not subject to angles in the first place. Right. Do you have anything to do with Rui pretending to injure her ankle? I plead the fifth. Isn't that American? Oh, right. I plead 35. teeth! I can only sigh at this. Akira definitely had something to do with it. If past examples are anything to go by, she probably formed an elaborate plan and managed to convince Rui to go along with it. Look, I know Rui's your friend, but stop trying to matchmake us. Honestly, it's getting a little annoying. Just like how you pretend that you don't notice Rui's feelings. I take back everything I said about Akira being refreshing. She isn't refreshing at all. She's a meddler. Look, it isn't exactly your business. Can you just stay out of it? Oh, but it's my business more than you might think. That sounds ominous. Still, it'll end up hurting Rui. Do you want that? Why would Rui get hurt? Just let me deal with it, okay? It's already complicated enough. It doesn't have to be. This is just too much trouble. Look, Akira, what you're doing will only end up hurting Rui. If you just want to bug me, that's fine, but leave Rui out of it. I scoop up my dishes and leave the table before she has a chance to speak. Maybe it's rude, but I'm not encouraging any delusional fantasies regarding Rui and me. I head back to the classroom, spending the rest of the lunch period half-heartedly studying. Afternoon classes pass by uneventfully. Elizabeth seems to be in a good mood from the plays of her groupies. She completely ignores me instead of hassling me. Yaiko is usually quiet. Even Misaki is all but silent. But her cloud expression, I'd guess that her decision with Rui didn't go too well. When the bell rings, I am almost unsettled at how quiet the day was. The lull of the afternoon seems to settle in every crevice of the classroom, bringing a haze of sleep with it. The teacher's voice slims to an indescribable drone of every student struggles to keep their eyes open for the few remaining minutes of school. Understood. Alright, homeroom dismissed. Immediately everyone bolts to their feet, chatting amiably as they make their way out of the classroom. Only the 4th day of school and we're already sick of it. I guess that's 30 years. That's the 3rd year for you. Oh hey, Mizaki. Did you see the new episode of Gover Merch yesterday? Yes, why of course. I tuned in to the live stream the moment it opened. Oh wow. It's an unexpected BFFs. So, what do you think? Well, when I saw the President J. Graves spontaneously... Wait, sorry, no spoilers! You know, since Yama might not have seen it. Oh, right. How exceedingly generous of him. I thought it was entertaining as always. It was the best episode so far, wasn't it? It definitely was. Well, no offense, but I don't think the bar is set very high. What's this, man? Did you get a real girlfriend? A wild Masato appears. Masato, my man! How was your vengeance? Wait, what? Some punk paid a group of boys to bully Masato's little brother because he hates Masato. But I bet that Masa gave him a taste of his own medicine. Hell yeah, I did. You pick a fight with one Kirigana, you pick a fight with all of them. Wait, won't you get in trouble for hitting him? He'll definitely tattle on you. Whoa, hit him? Nah man, I locked him in a room and taught him the cluster decomposition theorem. Made him write a paper on it one sitting. Somehow that sounds a lot more horrifying than getting beaten up. Hi, I don't think we've met. Who are you? I transferred here yesterday. Misaki Kazuhaya, at your service. She's super cool. She watched Gover Merch. And she's a model. Huh. That's cool. It's only been like 50 minutes and my voice is already I need to practice doing this more. Okay. name's Masato Kirikade. I'm on the track team. He stops there. He waits for a moment, expecting a more elaborate introduction. And what? That's all that matters, ain't it? Not the fact that he's the president of the honors club and one of the top students in the school for a third year. I take it you enjoy track then? Hell yeah! Track is like water. Without it, you die. Track is like air. Without it, you die. Track is like fried chicken. Without it, you die. That's some dedication. Yep, I'm staying this way. Or my name's Yama Ishimoto. That was uncalled for. Well, as long as you keep it, I'm sure you can accomplish anything. Says every cliche movie ever. They ignore me and firmly shake hands. Looks like she's becoming friends with everyone. Everyone except Rui, ironically enough. So, how do you all know each other? She, Yama, and Rui are childhood friends, actually. Whoa, really? Why ain't Rui here then? An awkward silence falls between Misaki and I, with a hapless Yaiko in the middle. Huh? Now that you mention it, she should be here by now. You don't think she called for cleanup duty, do you? We don't have cleanup duty, Yaiko. The school pays for janitors. Oh, that would explain a lot. How many years has it been at this school again? Hold on. Someone give me a straight answer. Where's Rui? Misaki clears her throat and steals herself. We're not in the best terms at the moment, but I'm working to resolve the issues as soon as possible. You sound like you're debugging some code, Miki. But it's true, we're not getting along particularly well. Masato inches away from her, suddenly cautious. Huh, I see. See what? You guys were just getting along. Masato turns to Miki with a grave expression. I don't know, man. Something about you seems sus. That's kind of harsh, but at least he told her up front. What? I should have seen it earlier, but yeah, you're too nice. Don't you work in the model industry? Ain't you supposed to be cutthroat and all that? It's not like I'm some kind of dastardly mastermind. Then what's the deal with you and Rui? I'd like to know that myself. She's the one ignoring me. They both stare each other down. None of us budge. Ah, hell, I don't know. I'm going to track. He strides out of the classroom without any farewell or apologies. That was strange. Sorry about that, Izaki. Masa's not usually like that. Maybe he ate something funny? I doubt it. Well, this just got awkward. First Rui, now Masato's pushing Miki out into the cold. Usually they're the warmest and most inclusive people I know, but this time something saved me. Anything. Huh? That was convenient. Touchy phone. Cafe de la Pex, 5 p.m. Do not dare to be late or I shall dock your pay. What? I'm getting paid for this? Also, I insist you share your location with me. I'll go ahead and assume that this is from Shirgate. Wait, isn't this on a volunteer basis? What kind of pay am I getting? And the final message? Wait a minute. Does your phone even support location sharing? The answer is immediate. Yes. But so cool, but so old. Some implements improve with age, Ishimaya. Unlike your brain, I predict. Why am I working with this woman again? Whatever, I mashed a few buttons to share my location with her. There's not like she'll break into my house and steal my stuff, right? Since she's a detective in official capacity, she'll get in a lot of trouble. Wait, why am I legitimately entertaining this idea? Ugh, this woman terrifies me. Dude, why are you smiling? Huh? Smiling? Grinning, as a matter of fact. Grimacing, not grinning. There's a big difference. Sorry, but something came up. Turns out I have to go. Oh, that's fine. I have my club to see. Oh, you have a club? Yeah, I just started it. Want to join? It's called the Happy Club. Oh, sorry. My work schedule limits my ability to participate in clubs. Oh well, that makes sense. Wow, smooth. She should go into politics. Who in the right mind would actually want to join a group called the Happy Club? Then, ladies and gentle fellows, I shall be off. See ya. Bye, Aiko. You too, Mizaki. Have a good rest of the day, Yama. And with that, we managed to barely salvage the awkward atmosphere as we go our separate ways. I pull up this Cafe de la Paix on my phone and find that it's on the same street as GFC. Well, that makes this an easy walk, unless, of course, she's referring to the other Cafe de la Paix, which is on the far border of District 8. Might as well try the closest one first. Chirige doesn't seem like the type to go out of her way to just make me miserable. Or rather, she does seem like the type of inconvenience herself. There are cliques of academy students throughout the streets, girls immersed in superficial gossip, and guys exchanging ridiculous stares. I am passed by a handful of police officers on the way. They nod courteously, but there's a shadow of their evaluating gaze. Yep, I always have that when I see a coupe. I keep my stride long and my steps quick as I round the corner to the denoted rendezvous point. When I first see the place, I have to double check my phone to make sure I didn't take a wrong turn somewhere. By the quaint, lovely name, I was expected some charming variation of the polished, established Buckstar Coffee House. Instead, I met with the definition of modest: chipped paint, dusty windows, and a swaying sign with 3 broken letters. Maybe this is Shige's way of extracting vengeance? I take a deep breath before I enter the cafe. Surprisingly, the place is really decent on the inside. Sophisticated and sleek, the array of elegant furniture is punctured by the black grand piano among the far wall of the cafe. A delicate smell of butter and sugar drifts from the counter of the shop, where several intricate glass display boast rows of unique pastries reminiscent of a fairy tale world. Welcome. May I take your order? The cashier greets me with a smile, drawing me to the front counter. Wait a minute, isn't she? Uh-oh. You got her here. Not so bad. What's he gonna do now? When I think of it, I've never seen where she goes after classes ends. Of all people, it would be you. Consider it your lucky day. Just give me your order. Huh, this is just too good to pass. Elizabeth, the cashier? Do enlighten me. Why would such a wealthy, empowered young woman stoop to something lates and washing dishes? Work experience, obviously. Every successful person comes from humble beginnings. I believe her, but the way she's averting her eyes is suspicious. So why didn't your parents get you some cushy internship at your dream corporation? You know, some people want to earn their success instead of being spoon-fed by their parents. But being spoon-fed is much easier. I've learned by now that comments like these will tick off Elizabeth more than actual insults. Sure enough, it works. You're insufferable. What's that? I should have complained to customer service about an abusive cashier. Just order already! As I lazily glance over the pastry display, a flicker of motion catches my eye. It's a girl who always hangs around Elizabeth, an ordinary student settled in the corner, elbow propped on her table, eyes glistening in amusement as she absentmindedly twirls a pencil between her fingers. Her back is slouched, her smile carefree, but there's something that seems a little odd about her. Elizabeth seems to notice my switch to attention and clears her throat. Are you going to order or are you going to waste space like always? Oh, give him a moment then. I glance at the book that's lying open-faced on her table. Advanced English, Syntax, and Grammatical Principles, version 3. That's the same text that I have for English. She must also be a third year, but in a different class. Head tilted slightly, eyebrows raised just barely. I get the impression that she's studying me just as hard as I'm studying her. Who are you? Isn't it courteous to introduce yourself before you demand my identity? Are you Buddy Lizzie has probably told you courtesy isn't my strong suit. Oh, and what is it? Nothing. Just a bit of friendly advisement. But you may want to watch your step around this one. What makes you say that? Why, he's figured you out. This elicits an unusual reaction from Elizabeth. Bitten lips, fiddling hands, and an anxious shift of her thighs. Odd, I don't recall figuring out anything. Well, Yama, why don't you give Beth a little glance? Her eyes are twinkling at me, challengingly, like she knows I don't know, but wants me to figure it out. Why would she do that? Why isn't she taking Elizabeth's side? Fine, I'll apologize. Just don't tell anyone. Well, now I really have no clue what's going on. I might as well go along with it. Let's see. Wait, what? I don't remember saving 3. What? Yeah, why shouldn't I? She seems at a loss of words. I can't help but grin. You'll pay me? You know I can't. That catches me off guard, but thankfully I'm able to hide my expression just in time. Interesting, she can't pay. That can only mean that she's not as high and mighty as she pretends to be. Maybe her spending is restricted by her parents, or maybe she's legitimately poor. This just gets better and better. So, is that big of a deal if everyone finds out? Don't even think about it. Yep, definitely not the rich. Perfect princess that everyone was led to believe she was. Say, pretty pleased with the cherry on top. Pretty pleased with the cherry on top. As begging goes, it's subpar, but I decide to let it go. I don't plan to making her life miserable. It's more of a power thing. With blackmail hanging over her head, she finally stops bothering me. I turn from the counter to survey the pastry case. Elizabeth's shoulders drop in relief. The girl at the table loses interest and returns to fiddling with her pencil. You never did tell me her name. Am I obliged to? As you said, it's common courtesy. Now, when did I say I was courteous? She brushes her pencil into her bag and slings it over her shoulder. winking at Elizabeth. I'll see Elizabeth. And Yama? Play nice. She floats out of the cafe without another word, shutting the door softly behind her. I don't know. She seems... She feels a little bit like Rui too. She seems like a Rui too. Man, I had to say, how long is this game? Okay, let's keep on going. Come to think of it, how did she know my name? She probably learned it from Elizabeth. Said Elizabeth rings up my order of 3 pastries and a smoothie as I spend a few minutes pondering the strange girl. What's her name? Why do you want to know? Is it really that big of a deal? Elizabeth sighs in clear exacerbation. Her name is Natsuki Tanaka. Now you can hit on her. Congratulations. I lean over the counter until my face is an inch from hers. What makes you think she's the one I want to hit on? Elizabeth glances away, instinctively disturbed by my proximity. Right as I'm about to feel a rush of triumph, I catch a slight scent, country lavender with a hint of vanilla. It's oddly magnetic. I'm suddenly bulldozed by a sensory onslaught. I can see the curl of her long lashes, the gleaming of her eyes, every perfectly tapered point of every hair, the subtle curves of her lips. I staggered backward, fighting against the image in my head. I need to get a hold of myself. This is Elizabeth. She's always been pretty. Why let it mess with me now? In a shaky attempt to cover my slip-up, I shove a bill forward. Keep the change. Elizabeth elegantly plucks the bill from my hand, and before I can process what's happening, she wraps her fingers around my collar, pulling me forward. For a few painful seconds, she stays there, her lips an inch from my jawline. Wait. What? No, wait, what? Nani? No. I bet she's gonna say vodka or hit him or something. Something. I'm pretty sure. Keep what change? You didn't give me enough in the first place. She releases me and I glance at the bill I've handed her. Only 1,000 yen? Crap, she's right. I feel a blush flare on my cheeks as I slide another bill to her. The corner of her mouth pull up just slightly. Careful, wouldn't want everyone to know that you're actually poor, would you? Yeah. She genuinely amused as she passes me my order and bustles over to make my smoothie. I hate to admit it, but she doesn't look bad when she smiles. Get a grip, Yama. This is Elizabeth, who hounded you all of last year. Elizabeth, who keeps butting into things that aren't her business. Elizabeth, who believes that everything is in her control. That Elizabeth. Back to my senses, I select a butter croissant and throw the other 2 pastries in my backpack. There's not much to do, so I follow Elizabeth to the blenders. Apparently she's recovered, because her face is set to its defaulting disapproval scowl. What are you doing? Eating a croissant? Stop staring. You know, your workstation has windows for a reason. And the reason is not for you to stare at me like a pervert. What about an admiring fanboy? Blimey. Oh, blimey, you're insufferable. I can't help but chuckle at a tingle of English leaks through her accent. So, are you actually from England? Why do you ask me all these questions? I'm bored. You're taking a long time to make my smoothie. Maybe I wasn't taking so long. Maybe I wouldn't be taking so long if you would stop distracting me. Maybe you needed to learn how to actually focus. She huffily slams the lid down on the blender and starts it up. The roar of the machine blurs the sound between us. Oh dear me, I would like some tea with crumpets. Elizabeth's shoulders tighten in pure annoyance. Told ya, oh sport, what what say you to some fish and crisps? The blender picks up speed until it begins to whine. The weather is absolutely ghastly today, is it not? Then the blender stops. A little bit wordlessly pours the mixture into a cup and caps it, handing it over the window. Firstly, I was born and raised in Japan, just like everyone else. Secondly, just because you're not bilingual doesn't mean you have to mock people who are. She tears the wrapper off the end of the straw and sticks it roughly into smoothly. Have a nice day. Come again. With that, she strides into the back room, leaving me by myself. I actually feel uneasy as I settle into a corner. I'd expect Elizabeth to lash out at me, just like every other time, but she was calm, honest, even if clearly annoyed. Is her heritage a weak spot? Did I bring up something that should have been left alone? Furthermore, why am I letting it bother me? She never showed me mercy. Not on the days where I just wanted to be left alone. The days where life almost wasn't worth it. Shouldn't I do the same? As I bite into my croissant, hoping to distract myself of its taste, the door of the cafe swings open. Chicory storms in, the tiny manifestation of fury as she clutches her phone against her ear, barking into its mouthpiece. As I previously... Oh, dang it. I pressed spacebar. Oh, there we go. Oh, I have a back one. Do I have it? Wait. Is this the back one? Oh, damn it. No. How do I go back? Wait. That's not it. Dang it! Well, how do I tab? No, not skip mode. A B B Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh no, I'm break.
Self-voicing disabled.
Wait, what? What did I do? Ah! Oh no, yeah, that was the... dang it. Sorry, my fault. There we go. Dang it, we had to go all the way back. Wait, what? It's not showing? Why isn't it showing? What? Oh, cause it's not windowed. I think, wait. There we go. There we go. Some little technical difficulties. Oh god damn it! Okay. Okay. Okay, back to where we were. As I previously explicated, the situation now merits further scrutiny. Have you compiled an informative analysis of the extraction methods? Your arrogant incompetence disgusts me. Trust that you shall be receiving a visitation from your supervising officer within the next 24 hours. Good day. She angrily shuts her phone and stuffs it in her pocket. Only then do her eyes land on me. Ah, Ishiyama. At last, someone with a bankable quantity of incompetence. Nice to meet you too, I guess. Show me the receipt of your purchase. Purchase? From your pacers. I almost asked her why, but decided just to shut up and give her the receipt. She promptly marches to the counter, taps her wallet against the card receiver, and marches back with $1,300 in change. She slides this to my side on the table with an expectant look. You need me to buy coffee for you? This is reimbursement as your superior. I am treating you for this need. Oh, thanks. I'm honestly surprised. She came across as the type of person to make me pay for both of us from her, actually. Now, regarding tonight's mission. Indeed, one of my Asinen colleagues mislaid a pivotal dossier within the 6th district of Isami. The 6th out of 9 districts, also known as the District of Drug, Gangs, and General Mayhem, where little children ought to not go? I think I know where this is headed. Your assignment is to retrieve it tonight. Yeah, I saw that one coming. And why would I do this? The better inquiry is, what abhorrent consequence shall befall you if you do not? That stalls me for a moment, but I managed to think up a passable reply. Clearly nothing too terrible, since you need me to get it for you instead of going yourself. Funny enough, instead of lashing out at this remark, Shigley only seems impressed. Perhaps you'll pass after all. Pass? The dossier's whereabouts are currently being established. I shall contact you with additional instructions at a later time. Don't even say I would do this. I doubt that availability is an issue. How does she... No, I'm not even going to ask. Not having a scheduled conflict doesn't mean that I'll take it. Then consider it your maniacal burden. But I never agreed to... Do you not wish to be something? To be someone extraordinary? Do something significant with your inconsequential existence? Then it's settled. Stay in touch. She abruptly tilts her cap and storms out of the cafe, leaving me in stunned silence. I return to my apartment, feeling an unusual kinship with one called military personnel. At this moment, everything is peaceful and quiet to the point of boredom. But the more I wait, the antsier I get, like a ball of energy is tangled up inside me. I almost like to just go and get it over with, but District 6 is huge. There's no way I could find it without at least some general guidance. I'd be going to the sketchiest area of the city with no backup, no support, no health insurance. Heck, this is probably illegal for Shigeru to do. Whatever, it'll be interesting, and hopefully, apparently. Water time. Nice water. Okay, back to the story. Since I have some free time right now, maybe I should... I am not watching Gover merch. I refuse to. Stupid. Oh dang, there's a fly in here. No! I must kill that fly. Later though. Your death is postponed, fly. I will catch you later. Okay. Text a friend. Watch. Can I have another option? Can I just like not do nothing? I like how the keyboard is. I mean, like, you know, better than my art, I guess. I guess so. Who should I text? Oh no! Wait, I have Elizabeth's number? I have Elizabeth's number? Oh man. Okay, let's see. Mizaki is always on her phone. But she's you know, these two are doing, you know, kind of things, you know, with each other. So I guess it wouldn't be, you know, I guess it wouldn't really be good to go between them right now. So the only one I could really choose at the moment, I believe, is Elizabeth, to annoy her, if I even have her number. Hey. What's up? How did you get this number? That's here. Project, remember? Creeper. What? You made me take your number. Why are you even texting me? I'm bored. Go study. That's boring. Why am I even texting you? 'Cause I'm so dashing. Stop distracting me, you ignorant little brat. Sorry, can't control my attractiveness. I'm done with you. You actually... Shut up? I thought you said you were done. Okay, I'm really done now. Hey, what's up? How do you even manage to pass classes? Clearly you never studied. School's easy. So let me guess, you never gone to cram school? Nah. Never studied? Nah. Do you even do homework? Yeah. I don't understand you. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, you could actually be something. Nah, I'd rather be a person than a thing. Blimey, you're insufferable. Goodbye. Blimey. To your crumpets. Fish for chips. Damn it, dude, don't! Stop it! No! Be good to her. Be good to Elizabeth. I do believe you're ignoring me. This is really quite rude. Alright, it'll stick in the mud. I'll be on my way. Why do you have to poke fun so much at her? I lounged against the sofa and stared into the ceiling, flipping my phone idly in my hands. I should study, or cook, or clean, or do something productive. It all sounds so painful. I'll just sit here for a moment. Sitting here and do nothing. I suck. Hmm? Yep, this is the address. I I've appended direction to the taller could follow. Rest in the knowledge that if you're miraculous manage to lose your way, you will possess an intellect inferior to a taller, or perhaps that is already the case. Should I just go now? It's not like I have anything better to do. And setting up early might give me some crucial information or something. Who knows? I throw a jacket before I stride out the door, the cold night air cutting into my face. The part of Isamu is a much less friendly one, especially at this hour of night. You don't look, shadows that shift, lights that gleam, smiles that shine somewhere in the darkness. When you do, only stillness, as if nothing odd is happening. Shady lights, dubious advertisements, a smattering of very unfriendly folk on every street corner. I probably should have just stayed home. Then I could have studied. Or, well, waste more time, I guess. Anything is preferable to being murdered in a district with the highest crime rate. Thanks a lot, Shiguri. Consider it my contribution to the furtherance of society. Gee, you're really comforting. If you are in a quest of comfort, I suggest you procure a plush creature of some kind, child. I'm not sure whether I should be proud or disturbed by the fact that I can perfectly imitate her. What the? I catch an eye of syncopation of tidy footsteps and, despite every instinct railing against me, follow them around the corner. No one is in the area of Isamu at night. No one except the Yakuza, the crazy murderer, or maybe a different criminal. The question is, why am I willingly tailing someone who could kill me as easily as they could break a toothpick? I really need to reevaluate my life priorities. I wildly stagger to my feet, ready to meet my attacker with... Wait! Is that a lolly? Is that a lols? The music is playing. I think this is a lolly, guys. To say the least, the girl before me is definitely not a threat. She's almost 2 heads shorter than me, small and skinny, with large, blank eyes fixed on my own. Her pale skin, pointed chin, and unbending posture reminds me of a fragile doll. Furthermore, she's an academy student. What would someone like her be doing at this time of night? Sorry. I extend a hand to her. No. Her voice is like wisp, like the word was pulled out of her mouth rather than spoken out of her own volition. What? She only slightly stares into the distance. Okay. The more I examine her, the more mysterious this girl becomes. She appears dainty. Thin frame, lacy hair, accessories, full cheeks with big doe eyes and tiny feet. But her voice is monotone. Her words are few, her gaze is dead, and she's walking fearlessly around the part of Isamu where no girl should go alone. Are you lost? No. Even her reactions are unusual. For once, I have no idea what could possibly be going on in her head. This isn't really a safe area. Yeah, you're here. 3 words, the most she's spoken thus far. I'm not as weak, frail. She might consider that insulting. Tired as you? You crashed into me. I didn't. What? You crashed into me. She states this flatly, as if the absolute truth and no other alternative is acceptable. Right. It draws on me that her complete lack of fear in this district of the city should be suspicious. She's tiny, shouldn't she be terrified? Are you heading back to school? No. Well, I was gonna offer to escort her, but then where are you going? Are you going anywhere? It's like speaking to a brick wall. Do you need any help? She completely ignores my hand as she glides to her feet, idly brushing her skirt. Really? What is going on? I'll take that as a no. She glances around, not secretly, not even worriedly, almost mechanically. Then without a word, she walks away, disappearing back around the corner. That was strange, though I'm not sure the word strange can even qualify just how utterly strange that encounter was. Regardless, she's gone. I've got my own business to see to. Despite this calm line of thought, I'm still shaken as I head to the location Shigure has denoted on the map. Somehow I must have taken a wrong turn. I tried to follow her directions to the letter, but there's nothing in sight. I shuffle across the shadows, peering out of my corner to safety into the road. Several shady figures are gathered around a trash bin, laughing recklessly around smoldering cigarettes. Maybe I'm supposed to spy on them? No, I'm supposed to retrieve that file. Still, now I can see why Shigure sent me. Despite her competency at verbal abuse, she's small in stature and can easily be overpowered by any of these thugs. Moreover, she doesn't seem licensed to carry a gun. So of course she decides to send a defenseless high school student in her stead. I creep around the side of the building, double checking my phone. Yep, right here. Give or take a couple of feet. I scan my surroundings, but there's so much litter that I can't see anything particularly significant. Maybe I should ask Shigure. No, this is my assignment. I need to do this on my own. I absently run my hands over the brick wall behind me, as if it'll keep me grounded. My fingers brush over something smooth. Wait a minute. I turn to examine the offending spot. A folded piece of paper is shoved between the cracks of the wall. Judging by how fresh it looks, it must have been put there just recently. Hastily, I extract it and skim over the words. Congratulations, Ishiyama. You are not a toddler. My subordinate sent me these instructions to reach the file. A ping-pong ball falls down a very narrow pipe that is fixed on the ground. All you have is your ping-pong paddle, shoelace, and a water bottle. How do you retrieve it? He claims that the file is at the answer within half a block of your vicinity. Wait, what? It's a ping pong paddle, shoelace, and a water bottle. How do you retrieve it? So, a ping pong paddle, a shoelace, and a water bottle. I would say fill the pipe with water, which will raise the ping pong ball up because of the air inside that ball. Then actually no. A shoelace. Confused. A puzzle? Seriously? Let's try to solve the puzzle. Well, I guess there's no getting around it. I had to solve this to find the file. Which object is the key to this puzzle? The water bottle? What part of the water bottle should I use? The contents. Oh right, I should use the water in the bottle, which means I should just freeze the water, throw the bottle in the pipe, use force to push the ball out, pour the water down the pipe, drink the water, and urinate into the... Really? Really? Yeah. I could simply pour the water down the pipe, the ball would float to the surface, and I could easily pick it out. Seems like that's the answer. In that case, it looks like the answer is water. I could take another look at Shirga's note. The file is at the answer within a half a block of the vicinity. Does that mean that I have to look for a source of water? What does that even mean? Water's everywhere. The running faucets, the convenience store. No, wait. There's an old fountain on the other side of the building. I walked a short way down the road. Sure enough, another attributive note stuck to the rim of the inactive fountain. Figures. Another note. I'm beginning to wonder if I'll ever find the file at all. Congratulations, Ishiyama. You're not a kindergartner. This is the next set of instructions. Oh my gosh, okay. A petri dish holds a colony of bacteria. Every minute, each bacterium divides into two. The scientists began the colony with a simple bacterium at 12 p.m. At 12:43, the dish is half full. At what time will the dish be full? The hour of the answer is the direction in which you must proceed to reach the file. Okay, a petri dish holds a colony of bacteria every minute. Every minute, each bacterium divides into two. The scientists began the colony with a single bacterium at 12 p.m. At 12:43, the dish is half full. At what time will the dish be full? Wouldn't it be 12:44 because they divide? Does that make double? She's enjoying this, I swear. Well, either way, it looks like I had to solve the puzzle too. Thanks a lot, Shirge. Oh, okay. 12:44. So every minute divides. Right? Because it starts with bacteria, double. Right. If every bacterium divides into two per minute, then it doesn't matter what time the colony has started. All that matters is that at 12:43 the dish was half full. Therefore, at 12:44 the dish should be completely full. So that was completely useless puzzle that basically just told me to go forward. I walked down the road, keeping my eyes out for another slip of paper. And as expected, there's another note gemmed conspicuously between the crevice of two buildings. The question is, why did Shirgi go through all this trouble in order to get these notes in the first place? She'd have to come here, which utterly defeats the purpose of sending me. Well, whatever. Looks like there's another puzzle to solve. Congratulations, Ishima. You are not a 5th grader. This is the third and penultimate set of instructions. How can you throw a ball as hard as you can, not bounce it off anything, and still have it return to you? The answer is the direction in which you must proceed to reach the file. Well, you can easily just throw it in the air. If you throw it straight into the air, you can easily, be okay. Complete to Shirige. Solve the puzzle. There is no getting around it. I have to solve another puzzle. What do I need to change in order to have the ball come... in order for the ball to come back to me without bouncing off anything? Direction. Right, I can't bounce it off anything, and I can't change the circumstances, which means I had to change direction. The question is, what direction? Up? Oh right, gravity still is in effect. I just had to throw the ball upward in order to have it return to me. So the answer is up. And the note says I had to go in the direction to which the file. I locate a rickety 2-story building next to the channel. Guess that's where I'm supposed to go? I trudge up the stairs, enveloped in darkness. My only comfort is the light that comes from my phone. Eventually I come up into a creepy storage room that's filled with all sorts of ominous shapes. I jerk backward as a dark shape bolts across the floor. But it's just a rat scurrying by. Sugar is doing this on purpose, isn't she? I swivel around the obstacles, keeping my eye peeled for another telling corner of white. Suddenly, a silhouette wavers in front of my face. A spider? Of all things, spiders? What if it's poisonous? What if it poisons me? It sinks its rabbit teeth into my jugular veins, stabs its awful, spindly limbs straight into my heart. Grows to the size of... Okay, now I'm just being stupid, right? Then it teasingly waves its arduous twisted little legs, nearly catching me on the nose. I singularly stagger backwards, falling my hands before my face. My back slams into a hard, stony shape. I whip up, examining fearfully. It's just a silhouette of a horse, plastered with a note. Finally! Hands so shaken, I seize the note and pursue it and peruse its contents. The sooner I get out of here, the better. Congratulations, Ishiyama. You are not a middle schooler. This is the final set of instructions. I thought the last one was the final set of instructions. Okay. A rich man tells his 2 sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The one whose horse is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brother asks a wise man for guidance. Upon receiving the advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What did the wise man say to them? What? The one whose horse is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers ask a wise man for guidance. Once receiving the advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What did the wise man say to them? The final set of instructions. I'm almost done. I'm actually feeling somewhat disappointed. Despite my complaining and the spiders, I'm actually enjoying these challenges. At any rate, I guess I better solve this puzzle and find this file. What could the wise man have said? What? Really? A rich man tells his 2 sons to race their horses to a distant city to see who will inherit his fortune. The One whose horse is slower wins. After wandering aimlessly for days, the brothers ask a wise man for guidance. Upon receiving advice, they jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. What did the wise man say to them? I am confuzzled. I am completely confuzzled. Jump on the horses and race to the city as fast as they can. I don't see no wordplay. Directions? I don't know. Over there? What is the answer? I'm so confused. Ah. Answer. I mean, I guess it can be. Let's see. I would think that he would say he would give them directions. Share the wealth? Damn it. Share prize? Split prize? Share winnings? Damn it. Give up? No. Nah. Ah. It was worth a try. I don't know anymore. I am so confused. Ah. They jump on the horses and race the sun as safe as they can. Okay. Okay. Right, if they switch horses, then they would have to race in order to win. The answer is to change horses. That must be another horse around here. It guts around for another statue, flinching away from the multitude of cobwebs spun around the corner. Thankfully, I spot one just a few feet away. Sure enough, there's a simple cream envelope slipped beneath its base. Could it actually be the file? Congratulations, Ishima. You will be slightly more capable than your worthless peers. There is no file. This was simply a test, and you passed. You may congratulate yourself, although frankly, it was such an easy test that there really is nothing worth congratulating. Take a picture of this note and send it to me as proof your passable competence. Is she serious? Everything was fabricated? I almost can't believe it. But the third note, I guess a small part of me was expecting this turn of events. Still, did she plant all of those notes on her own? Was that why the investigation was supposed to take place at night, so that she could have time to prepare everything? It's almost inconceivable, but it seems like the most likely option. And in all honesty, it's hardly beyond what I could imagine she'll get to do. Sighing, I pocket the note and carefully pick up my way down the stairs and into the street, steering clear of any corner of dark edge is the best I can. Once I'm under some light, I can breathe a little easier. I can take a quick snapshot of the note and send it to Shige without comment. She doesn't respond immediately. She probably means that she received it. With that, I stick to the shadows as I return to my apartment. It's time to get some rest. The evening welcomes me with frosted arms as I stride into my beloved glade. My lovely burden slung over my shoulders. The sky is clear tonight. Better. Sprawling abyss in the sight of strangling light. I take a moment to admire it as a familiar vegetation is crushed beneath my soles. Nothing constrains me. No incompetent bureaucracy, no iron gates, no suffocating schedules. Not at this hour, not at my hour. I dump my burden upon the ground, watching as she lulls away, still in the haste of beauty's sleep. Innocent, peaceful, dreadful. I ready my knife, taking my earnest vigil at his side. When the princess awakens, her guardian will be eagerly awaiting. Oh, well, that was terribly quick. I stood up next to my burden as she jerks upright, eyes rolling in panic. Good morning, sweetie. Where am I? Her voice trails into indistinguishable croaks as her wide, pale eyes fix on me. I spare a chuckle. What? Expecting someone else? How did it get here? How else? I settle for a moment, allowing her to take in her surroundings, allowing her to see how dire her situation is. What fun is it without a tinge of panic? Please don't hurt me. Please. What makes you think I would hurt you? So, you'll let me leave? I casually lift my serrated weapon, allowing it to catch the moonlight at just the right angle. Now, why would I do that? I advance towards her slowly. She ekes away, pulling her weight by her hands, but she is too tremulous to even attempt to run. A little dull, but vermin are vermin. Please, I have a mom, a dad, a boyfriend. I want to study. I want to grow up. Usually it's cute when they beg, but this girl is bothering me. Well, I want to have a little carving practice. So shall we do? Carving practice? Imbecile. Her fingers twitch with impatience. Yes, carving practice. And I'd best get started. I savor my moments with her. Leisurely, meticulously, she tried to waste my time. I oughta to return the favor. I finish all too quick. The screams die in my ear as fading echoes of stilted crimson plummet from the edge of my blade. The beautiful mess scattered across the ground is a sight for sore eyes. I take a moment to savor it. My canvas, my masterpiece. The heart of my soul and soul of my heart. If only it could have lasted a little while longer. Finished. A shadow slips from behind the trees, plodding unceremoniously on top of my finished work. Watch your steps. You're discreting my chef hors d'oeuvre. The figure only stands in silence, waiting for my reply. I attempt a different line of questioning. Where are the others? Elsewhere. So I gathered. Are they coming? No. So, who shall pick up my toys? I gesture to the artwork beneath the figured feet. It doesn't budge. Me. You. Yes. By yourself. Yes. Call for the others. No. Why not? Leave if you are finished. It is certainly a one-sided balance of power. I can do nothing but equates. I'm finished. I step away, but as the figure approaches my canvas, I swoop in, sliding my knife against its neck. Don't be so proud of yourself. The moment you are no use to me, I shall have my way with you. He only stares unblinkingly at me, unfazed. Not finished. Equally part disgust and perturbed, I withdraw my weapon. I'm finished. Finished with you too. I turn to the brighter horizon, striding away without a backward glance. When I arrived at school, still bleary-eyed with my nighttime excursion, I am greeted with an unusual sight. A group of students, primarily female, and hurled around the post as I edged closer and managed to listen in. Your fault! She was wrong about you, and now she's gone! What did you do with her, you freak? Where is she? Tell me where she is, please! Answer him! How could you do this to us? Suddenly, Rui blazes by me right into the center of the group, where she bounces back in shock. I'm barely able to catch a glimpse of her face through the massive heads. What are you guys doing? Out of the way, Rui. This has nothing to do with you. No, I'm tired of this. You've been picking on her since school started, and you don't even have a good reason. Good reason? Talk to Sharji. He's our good reason. The group shovels apart, granting me some space. We have a killer lolly. We have a killer lolly in our hands. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. We cannot let this happen. I don't. Nope. 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 I said there's a certain limit that lollies get to have, and if a lolly is killer, then lolly gets killed too. Rui, watch out! Watch out, Rui! That thing's a monster! finally managed to see the cause of the problem. A slight figure crouched against the gate with an empty looking. Wait, isn't this the same girl that I met yesterday? Wait a minute, what? Wait, oh, that's not a killer. Wait, oh. Well, Jody? She's been missing for 2 days and no one can find her. Don't go home. Don't answer calls or texts. It's like she's just disappeared. Disappeared? Just like the rumor said? You guys do remember who started the rumors, right? Look, Rui, this would make the third disappearance. Haven't you? Yeah, stupid OBS disconnecting again. Okay. For those who weren't seeing, they're saying how this is the third student that are gone now. So, yeah. And coincidentally, right after talking with Ari, technically Midori disappeared before school started. Yeah, just like 2 days before. Why are you so stubborn? Ari's guilty. Why are you so stubborn? Maybe she's not. You clearly don't understand how people work. No wonder you don't have any friends. Rui's face closes in hurt, and a raw fury, pang of rage coursed through my body. I stomped to her side, unceremoniously shoving away anyone in my path. Yama! Oh, you. Who's this, your boyfriend? My anger briefly sojourns into panic, but I shove it away. You're all disgusting, picking on someone just because she's not like you. Hey, you don't even know the context, butt out. And oh, let me guess, you know everything. You know for certain that I'd kill Ari. Has anything to do with these disappearances? Twice is a coincidence, thrice is a pattern. A pattern for narrow-sighted people who won't take in any other factors. Are you stupid? There aren't any other patterns. The police said so themselves. Oh, and they told you this directly? It was on the news, moron. It's not like the news has ever twisted the facts or told us anything about the honest truth. You wouldn't be acting so high and mighty if you knew how important Akane is. You wouldn't be acting so prejudiced if you had a brain. Words are spitting out of my mouth before I even consciously think of them. My whole body thrums with cold, frozen hatred. Weird, freak, don't want to play with you. I'm not letting anyone else go through that. Not Rui, not Ari. You think we're being rude to Ari? You're being rude to Shoji. Yeah, she was the love of Shoji's life. Because everyone knows that every high school relationship lasts forever. He'll probably get over it in a few weeks or two. Deadly silence descends on the group. Ruri pinches my sleeve, her expression unusually troubled. That went a bit too far, Yama. I only clench my jaw and lock eyes with the boy called Choji. His face blinks from panic in less than a second. A chilled silence falls over the entrance. He staggers forward, raising a tremulous hand. Bastard! His fingers pull into a fist, and before I blink, his hand is soaring straight at me. A shadow blurs in front of me, swiping at Choji's arm. Choji trembles to the ground, as if thrown by an unknown force. The moment is held on pause, broken only by the frantic whispering of the gathering crowd around us. Choji jerkily pushes himself to his feet, his foot loose from fury. Aoi idly steps in front of me, arms hanging limply by her sides. Her expression is passive, but something about it gives Choji pause. Hey, what's going on over here? I do not trust Lolly. Still. I still don't trust Lolly. You always gotta be careful of the expressionless type. Look at that face. Look at this face. Look at this face. These faces have emotion. This one doesn't. Miss Ryota pushes the throng of students apart, books hiked under one arm. All the students start to babble at once. Mr. Ryota, Akane has been absent for 2 days. Can't contact her. This guy provoked Choji into a fight. Mr. Ryota waves his hand for silence, an unusually stern expression on his face. Choji, are you hurt? No, sir. Good. Ruby? Yes, Miss Ryota? Meet me during lunch. You too, Nariko. Yes, Miss Ryota. Both of you will give me your account on what just happened. I'll make a judgment after I've heard both stories, understood? Sullen silence meets his inquiry. He only sighs. Accusations are for children. You guys know that, right? If you're going to claim something, use evidence. If you're going to fight, make sure you have the right reason. Dismissed. He waves his hand to scatter us off to class. We head to the classrooms in silence, splitting ways at the staircase. I notice that Rui keeps close to Ari, stubbornly meeting the gaze of any gawking en route. Well, looks like I'm gonna get in trouble. Surprise, surprise. I probably should have interfered with that situation. I probably should have stayed out of it. Usually I do. I know that high school is basically just a cesspool of idiocy, and it's best to keep out of it. No, not even high school life is in general. But seeing that girl there, hedged in by such a large group of students, being accused of nothing to defend herself, and seeing Rui leap into her defense just like she did for me 10 years ago, well, I guess it brought out something that surprised even myself. If anyone has a right to suspect that girl, it should be me. First, I met her walking around in District 6, acting like some creepy mechanical doll. Then I learned that her reputation at school is sketchy at best. That's suspicious, even by my standards, and I'm friends with Yaiko. But it's possible that everything is a misunderstanding. It's possible that she really just wants friends, that she's a normal person inside. She just has a difficult time conveying her thoughts. I understand that feeling. I understand it more than anyone else. I shake myself out of my thoughts and take in my surroundings. Huh? Sounds like some of the morning classes I passed. Yeah, I totally wasn't paying attention. I found me 3 girls with hair and makeup arranged just like Elizabeth's stand, with very indignant, superior expressions. I quickly recognized them as the most avid members of her fan club. Hey loser, we have something to say to you. Lucky me. They ignore me, crossing their arms in uncanny unison. We heard that you're giving Elizabeth a hard time. I glance at Elizabeth, whose eyes are wide with panic. Interesting. Looks like she has no hand in this development. And where did they get their information from? You better stop before we make you. Elizabeth deserves better. Idiots. I only snorted and turned back to my homework. Hey, look at us! No thanks, I don't feel like vomiting, I think. But managed to keep my mouth shut. Thoroughly exasperated of those girls, I nod my head to Elizabeth and raise my eyebrow in warning. Her face pales slightly and she slides over to my desk, smiling faintly at the three girls. Hello. Oh, Elizabeth, this guy's been bothering you for a while, right? Elizabeth opens her mouth, clearly intent on agreeing with the girl, but I shake my head ever so slightly. She grits her teeth together, but somehow manages to keep her smile intact. Thanks for your concern, but it's really funny. The girls blink in clear surprise. Oh, are you sure? Weren't you just saying the other day? Saying? Saying what? I don't know what you're saying. She sends an uneasy glance at me. I only smile innocently. This really shouldn't be fun, but it is, remarkably so. I thought Yama was bothering. No, it was, a misunderstanding. Oh, alright. He nods slightly at me, like like that's an adequate apology. We're keeping an eye on you. Don't mess with Elizabeth. Then they strut out of the classroom, their footsteps in perfect unison. I turn to Elizabeth. She grips the edge of her seat until her knuckles turn white. I really can't believe you. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Despicable. She turns away from me in a huff. Excuse me, I'm not even the one who started it all. Heck, she's the one who's constantly picking a fight. It's always been that way. Whatever, this isn't even worth thinking about. I turn my attention back to the front of the class as the break comes to an end. The rest of the morning, classes are slugged by uneventfully. This time, Elizabeth is clearly sulking. Misaki is just as focused as ever. And by focused, I really mean that she's on her phone the entire period. When lunchtime comes, I tap Yahiko on the shoulder as I grab my backpack. Hey, lunch? Huh? What? Lunch. Cafeteria. Oh yeah, sure, right. Cafeteria. Something wrong? Nope, absolutely nothing wrong. I was just thinking, it'd be nice to have a couple more minions. Isn't that what your club is for? Club? The blank look on his face is foreign to me. I slap him on the back. You know, a club that'll take over the universe, your minions. Clearly I'm really bad at this. Whoa, huh? It's lunchtime. When was it? Did I time travel? A quick sigh of relief passes my lips before I'm able to spot it. Seems like Yai goes back to normal. Yeah, it's 4018 AD. You've been asleep for 2,000 years. I have? I don't feel that rested. Well, we kept you in cryo-freeze during a light stage of your sleep cycle rather than REM. You mean I was scanned on 2,000 years of deep sleep? On the contrary, you were saved from 2,000 years of homework. Oh, I guess you're right. I wonder when he'll realize that I'm not supposed to be alive. Well, super realistic hologram Yama, shall we go grab some lunch? Or do you guys... Oh, wait. Well, super realistic hologram Yama, shall we go grab some lunch? Or do you guys still eat that kind of thing? Or he could make a totally ridiculous yet somehow plausible assumption. Indeed, we do. Then what we were waiting for? I want to see what kind of cuisine has developed after 2,000 years. Thoroughly re-energized, he skips out the door. I'm just about to follow, but I feel a sudden tap on my elbow. Yama Ishimoto? It's the girl from the cafe, Natsuki. Was it? I glanced at Elizabeth. She's in the middle of some fluffy small talk with her groupies and intentionally keeping her back to me. Lizzie's over there. I'm aware of that. She isn't the one with whom I wish to speak. What do you want? I have a simple question for you. As far as I can tell, nothing's simple when it comes to this girl. Have you ever felt like two people are fighting for your body? What? More specifically, fighting for control over your body. Like mind control? No, more like two different entities in a simultaneous resonance, resulting in widely different actions or processing of thought. Is she trying to break the third wall here? It sure runs up my spine. I think I'd be fairly obvious if I'm going through something like that. Well, you may or may not have any recollection of the other entity. Something about her mysterious smile sets me on edge. Now what's with the sudden questions? Psychology paper. We're studying dissociative identity disorder, which is, concretely, it's known as multiple personality disorder. Yes, MPD. I would say you should know of it already, but perhaps your alter ego surfaces during psychology class. I clutched my jaw at her obvious accusation, searching to find an answer in her face. I find none. So, do I look like the kind of person who have multiple personality disorder? Do you want to know the answer to that question? Look, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Try asking Elizabeth. She's the one who rapidly switches between being nice and being a pain in the ass. She only nods and smiles, but I sense her eyes boring through the back of my head as I slip out of the classroom. I attempt to shake off the encounter as I head to the cafeteria, but Natsuki's words linger in the back of my mind. Thankfully, when I arrive, Yaiko immediately waves me over, face cheerily shining. Have a seat, my royal minion. Today's special is baby back ribs. I can see they from your plate. You have divine stuff from my plate? Look into my life, my love life fortune. It's acting awfully normal. Did he already forgot that he's supposed to be 2,000 years into the future? Just eat. Well, I suppose I'll let it slide this time, but a master is supposed to command his minions, not the other way around. Exactly. What? Nothing. I glance around the cafeteria as I start on my own plate. I recognize quite a few faces. Natsuki and Elizabeth surrounded by groupies, Matsuko and a few track members, Akira and a few drama club members. Ui's absent, probably speaking to Mr. Ryota on my behalf. Misaki too, though I rarely see her around outside of class. And in the corner, eating alone, is Ayari. She seems to be satisfying herself with her own plate of ribs. Ribs. I'm sorry, but that is not a rib. That right there is clearly a peach. Clearly a peach. Something about the picture looks empty. Oh. Say, that gives me an idea. So, how's it been with the ladies? You do ever ask? Fantabulous, of course. Would you mind teaching this humble servant your ways? I thought you'd never ask, but why now? I tried to wave off his question by gesturing in Air's direction. So how about her? Oh, someone caught your eye? Have they? His eyes flicker in Air's direction. I expect him to coo about how adorable she is, how lovely her hair is, how perfect her nose or chin or whatever is. The only pause is his eyebrows furrowed in confusion. Huh? What is it? She looks kind of familiar. Like, really familiar? Ordinarily, I think that's he's crafting a pickup line, but his bewilderment seems genuine. Where do you see her? I have no clue. Eventually, he just shrugs it off with an easygoing grin. Well, my good me, we shouldn't be wasting time. Watch and learn from the great master. Well, guess it's not important. As always, it would be an honor to see your spectacular techniques. I know, right? You should be grateful I'm not making you pay tuition for such enlightening lessons. Well, they're certainly enlightening, but probably not in the way he's thinking. I bet that the number of girls you seduce is uncountable. You got that right. Well, technically 0 is uncountable. First lesson, my dear apprentice, never waste time. Are they eating? Great. Depressed and withdrawn? Fantastic. Saying that they want to be alone? Perfect. Love waits for nobody, Yama. Remember that. I can't help but chuckle at just how terrible his advice is. By any chance, have you gotten slapped? Oh yeah, all the time. Why is he saying that like it's a badge of honor? You see, evoking a strong reaction means that you touch the young lady's heart. The line between love and hate is thinner than the line between love and apathy. That's why the most important thing is to make a big impression. That's unusually perspective. On that note, we're wasting time. That's an adorable lass to seduce. Yayako promptly skips over to Arya, eyebrows raised in a flirtatious attack. Hey, how does it feel to be the most beautiful girl in the room? Looks like the Ikari is already hitting hard. How will his opponent respond? It's not very effective. Can I see your uniform tag? I gotta see if you were made in heaven. A spectacular hit. How will the last dodge out of this one? China. Huh? Uniforms are made in China. Ikari staggers back from the fatal counter. Well, it seems that he's in a state of shock. The last seizes this opportunity for an offensive maneuver. Your food. What? Will you eat it? Hey! What are you doing to my ribs? It's a critical hit. The last bold move has paralyzed Ikari. You're gonna eat. You're gonna get fatty if you eat too much. So much. I am 102 pounds. You're what? You can't be that short. 5 feet 2 inches. It's super effective. Ikari is silenced. The last spends her free turns munching at her newly acquired meal. It's sort of adorable, like a baby hamster munching at... But anyway, back to the match. Ikari studies the last for a moment, no doubt attempting to analyze any potential weak points. This girl's a tough one. Usually I don't allow things like this, but Yama, why don't you give it a shot? Nah, I'm just the commentator of this battle. What? Nothing. Thankfully, Ikari decides to switch his attention to the lowly commentator back in his original state, target. Why aren't you responding? You should be honored that someone like me is paying attention to someone like you. Don't tell me you don't swing that way? I'm straight. Oopsie, I'm a little loud. I peeked again. That was good. A clear hit at his vital point. It's looking bad for Ikari. Then why? The last merely finishes up Ikari's ribs and moves on to her own. Are you a witch who took some weird potions to resist me? Why are you unaffected by my charms? Ikari has gone berserk. He's attempting to wild haymaker. Stop ignoring me! Forget it. You're just like the other commoners. You don't deserve being seduced by a superior being like me. Answer me when I'm talking to you. My knees getting cold. What an amazing display of indirect trash talking. The last has just placed Ikari below some humble baby back ribs. You! Ikari hurt himself in his confusion. Meanie, bully, I'll have my revenge. I'll tell you, revenge! And Ikari exits the ring. Automatic forfeit. Instant KO. Nothing. As I already finished up the meat on her plate, I settle into the chair next to her. It's hard to tell from the stoic expression on her face, but she seems a little happier than a few months ago. Do you want my ribs? Can you eat them all? I did. Then why did you offer? Then why are you here? At the very least, she's more open than when I met her yesterday. I'm sitting. Sitting is nice. Expression doesn't even budge. Sitting makes the world go round. And sitting is good for you. It's bad for you. The sudden response catches me off guard. What? Well, at least she's talking to me. That's a start. How can sitting be bad for you? Higher risk in obesity, high cholesterol, lower back pain, cardiovascular disease, and type 2 diabetes. She says this so monotonously that I can tell whether she's joking or deathly serious. But sitting doesn't cause that, right? Ari evaluates me for a moment, but only returns her food without a word. I'm searching for a different topic to discuss when she's abruptly speaks again. What's your name? Yama Ishimoto. You're not gonna comment on it? You know, it's an unusual name. Not like Lerogue Lamperde. Lerogue Lamperde? As in from Code Dios? You know it? Vaguely. It's a fairly popular series among young adults, but I'm surprised that someone like her would know about it. Well, next to Lerogue Lamperde, there can't be many strange names. She's eating her pear. Ari only reaches into her backpack and begins to munch on a peach. Oh, I mean, I can fruit. I can fruit. Damn it. No one saw that. Or heard that, I'm pretty sure. Okay, good. For a moment, I pick at my ribs in silence, but she speaks again. What is your Dios? My what? Dios. Special power. I'm not sure where she's go with this, but I guess I might as well follow her. My special power is creating sardines out of thin air. Canned or fresh? She doesn't seem phased in the slightest. Both? So freshly canned? I guess. Make some now. Sardines? Of the many weird situations I've encountered over the course of my short life, this may top it. She's joking, right? Sure. I flourish my hand and tap the table. There, sardines. That's a table. What was she expecting to see? Actual spontaneous materialization of freshly canned sardines? You know I can't actually make sardines out of thin air, right? You said you could. Either she's better at trolling than I am, or she really wasn't joking. I wasn't serious. Then why did you say it? I'm too baffled by her thought process to make an unintelligible reply. Thankfully, Arvi only turns to nibbling at her peach, as if she's never asked the question. The awkward silence is punctured by the signature school bell, an opportunity that I take with gratitude. Well, see you. She blinks wildly at me. My name is Ari Firaga. Okay. That was abrupt. I didn't tell you before. She suddenly stands, picks up her tray, and strides to the opposite side of the cafeteria to dump her dishes. Well, that was random. What an eccentric girl. Unless by telling her name, she was trying to say that she trusted me, or that she likes to become friends. Maybe she has some kind of mental disability that inhibits her social functions. She's offbeat but interesting. I can see why she became the scapegoat. It's likely that the other students are scared by her unorthodox behavior. Just because she's different, she becomes the bad guy. They should know better. They should give her a chance. Afternoon classes are another dreary pass. This time, even Yaiko is sullen, staring into his desk and murmuring nonsensical words under his breath. The moment the bell rings, Masato blazes into their class and lunges for me. I simply crawl beneath the desk, bracing myself with a full measure of his fury. You! I can't. My voices are done. Can't do more voices. I'll just say it. Glance around the classroom. Naruto is staring blankly at Masato. Elizabeth is once again immersed in conversation with her groupies. Misaki is Mizaki. I wave frantically in her direction, but she's too immersed in her phone to pay me any heed. You know how many days you've been skip track? 3? Wrong. The answer's too many. Hey, look, I've been busy. Like hell you've been. Busy with what? Napping, eating, thinking? He's got a point. You disappoint me, man. Yeah, join the club. Damn it, stop. Just stop ditching. Well, I don't blame him. Rui strides into the room. She hesitates when she sees Mizaki, but shakes it off in a blink of an eye. What makes you say that, huh? Well, you know, all you talk about is track. Yama's probably tired of hearing it by now. But I don't just run. I can swim too and do basketball. She ignores him and approaches Mizaki and smiles. Approaching Mizaki and smiling gently at me. Don't worry, Mr. Ryota says that you're not in trouble. Mr. Ryota, why would... Oh right, Soji, the fight. That's not what's important right now. She has to save me from Masato. Say, Rui, don't you think it's awfully late? We should be... Oh, damn it. Press the space bar twice. Rui, I need to speak to you. Let's just save. Whatever. Rui, I need to speak to you. Rui only steps back from both of us, staring blankly at Misaki. Why won't you listen? I told you the other day to leave me alone. It's you who isn't listening. She whips around on one heel and marches out of the room. Check it. This too ill to deal great. Wait, what did you just... But she flies past me and sprints out of the room, right on Yuri's heels. Masato stares wordlessly at her back, mouth agape. That girl, Miyazaki, she was talking street. Talking what? Nothing, ain't nothing. Wait, do you understand her? Hang it! You're changing the subject again, aren't you? What, me? No. Gotta come to track, man. I'll drag you there myself. Time to resort to drastic measures since I was ditched by everyone. Actually, where did Yahi go? Huh, that's weird. Well, what's it gonna be? Oh, will you look at the time? I gotta go. Don't do it, man, don't! And I promptly run for my life, lunging over desks and chairs and bowing down the hallway. There's only one safe place from being bulldozed by his fury. One place that can be a heaven for a refuge. I slammed my fist against the door, ignoring the bewildered stares of passing students. Mr. Yoda, open up before I die. Ah, dang nabbit kid. Why do you always have to interrupt me in the middle of a battle? Nevertheless, the door creaks open. I jump in and kick it shut, twisting the lock, and what may or may not have been a little more force than necessary. Mr. Yoda is staring at me with eyebrows lifted and mouth slightly agape, no doubt taken in by unkempt mass of hair and sweat beading on my forehead. First a fight, now running from someone. You just love trouble today, don't you, kid? Probably more like trouble loves me. Oh, kid, important life lesson. Trouble only finds people who are looking for it. So basically, I deserve everything that happens to me. Bah, I didn't say that. Just that sometimes people who want nothing more in life than to go through, do nothing significant, and pass on in peace, well, they actually want a whole lot more. I don't understand. Well then, maybe we should talk about something else. I hesitantly take a seat and glance over my shoulder. No sign of the marvelous Masa. Since you're here, I guess we better have a proper session. Why are you being chased, Too popular with the girls? Huh, as if. It was Masato Kirigane. He loves track and I don't. So he's trying to change that. And I presume it's now working out so hot for you. Yeah, you could say that. Actually, it seems like Masato always been on my case because of track. Even the first time we met. Well, it was well, you know, I got 9 minutes. Yeah, I could deal with no water. Well, it was the last year's club recruitment day. I remember hating that time. Well, to be fair, I hated everything, but especially club recruitment day. No matter how quiet and insignificant I tried to be, someone would always call me out every minute. They tried to get me to join language club, or music club, or art club, even squirrel watching club. As you can imagine, by the time I met Masato, I wanted nothing to do with clubs, especially from someone who, frankly speaking, looked like the stereotypical idiot jock. Hey, you! But contrary to popular belief, I actually did have some semblance of manners. So I stopped and turned to address this bothersome kid. Not interested. Expected some fake smile or even some pleading, but to my shock, the guy immediately pulled back his fist and socked me right in the face. Ow, what was the hell? Don't give me the bull. I ain't even said anything yet. Awful rude of you to not even give me a chance. You know what we call that? Uncivilized. I'm uncivilized? You're the one who just punched me. Aw, you're a big baby. That wasn't even a gentle tap. The terrible thing was that he looked completely serious about it. To be honest, I briefly entertained the thought that he was part of an abusive household or something. Of course, the guy took my thoughtful silence for penitence and steamed ahead. That's more like it. Name's Masato Kirigane. What's yours? Leaving. You're leaving? Yeah, right now. Call me rude, but I was at my peaking point. Getting a fist straight to the nose wasn't exactly welcoming. I might have admired this guy's courage and utter disgrace for social niceties, but other than that, he bugged me a lot. Oh, I see what you did there. But you can't leave. You can't leave, not before you join track. Track? Hell yeah, our club, man. It binds you for life, makes you sweat, makes you pain. stretches your physical constitution until you think you're gonna die. If this guy thought that was a great sales pitch, he has a long way to go. Yes, not interested. That ain't all, man. Track can save your life, just like it saved mine. Save his life. Yeah, right. Good for you. Ain't it? Track's literally a lifesaver, man. Thanks, but no thanks. Hey, where are you going? I'm just getting to the best part. I cried on the inside, but patiently nodded my head. If you get good enough, you can get a scholarship. This place don't come cheap, you know. Even a little amount would help your parents. Things were beginning to make sense. Is that why you're in track? Come to think of it, you still haven't told me your name. Strangely enough, I found that I was actually beginning to like this guy. At least he wasn't superficial like everyone else. If anything, he was the opposite. He wore his heart on his sleeve. Besides, I needed something to do while Ruby was in drama. What else was I going to join? Art? Dance? Squirrel watching? I'm Yama Ichimoto. Huh? What kind of name is that? My parents liked poetry. No way. Oh gosh, he was probably going to rant about how poetry and literature is a waste of time. Who's their favorite? Masato Namosuo Bashio? Kobayashi Isia? Or maybe foreign guys like Edgar Allan Poe or William Shakespeare? What the? You like poetry? Of course I do. Poetry is the manliest way to cry. It is? This guy only got stranger. What about literature? Manliest way to hate people. Science? Manliest way to stuff. Manliest way to take stuff apart. Math? Manliest way to put stuff together. History? Manliest way to predict the future. By any chance, what are your grades? Average of 99. No way, the highest class average I ever had was a 92. This guy was smarter than me. I don't understand you at all. It's okay, you don't need to. You just gotta join track. On second thought, I think I don't think he was smart, he just studied harder. Still, it took guts and passion and everything I didn't have. Okay, I'll try it out, but only for a little bit. Ha! I knew you'd come around. Come on, let's get to track. Already? Don't you have other unfortunate souls to recruit? Nah, the others, I'll take care of them. Let's go. And that's how I met Masato. I was never really a regular track member, but for some reason, he always wanted me to be. Even now, I don't really understand why. He probably just wants to help people become their best. Then why would he pick me? Me, when there's so many people who would love track and running and competitions and all that crap. Isn't that the whole point of picking me? Oh, isn't that the whole point of picking me? Because I'm useless, so turning me into somebody useless means a lot? Nah, because you're a challenge. You know, that doesn't exactly make me feel any better. Why not? You should feel very, very loved. Oh, I do. A bit too loved. Masato probably sees you like a little cousin or a younger brother, do you know that? What? Masato? Why would he do that? You know, kid, sometimes there's just nice people in the world who shouldn't question it. And sometimes there are ulterior motives behind everything. Masato Kirikane, ulterior motives? Well, that's true, I guess. It's not like Masato would fake anything. But it still doesn't make any sense. Why would he choose me, a random stranger, as his little brother? To be honest, I'm usually thought of Masato as my little brother, since he's, you know, kind of obtuse and not clinical and embittered by the world. Something like that. A kind of innocence. Maybe you shouldn't be asking why your friends love you, Yama. Maybe you should be looking for ways to return that love instead of looking for ways to deserve it. I sounded really cool, didn't I? I'm leaving. Oh, come on, kid. That was good. Admit it. I admit it. I'm still leaving. He only chuckles and slaps a hand on my shoulder. Have a good day, kid. I only nod wordlessly in response as I step out of his office. My throat almost feels clawed, as if I just heard something that I really needed to hear. Huh. Maybe these meetings really are a good thing. Oh, my throat. I think my throat is dead now. It's dead. I can't talk no more. It's so sore right now. It doesn't really help either that I was singing last night till like 6 in the morning. Yeah, should have been up that late, but meh, I have days off, so yeah. But let's save it. To be honest, this place is. To be honest, this thing is going all over the place. I can't. I'm completely clueless. Like, how does that killer connect to this? You know, it's going all over the place. Versus this person, it's like it's trying to give time to a lot of. It's trying to give camera time to all of these characters. It just comes off as like, how you say it? Redundant, I guess you could say. I don't know. It just like I really am trying to comprehend all these, you know, characters and everything, and like, was it? I can appreciate like the very like chill tone with it, because also, and it does feel like a little bit like how high school would feel. But it's kind of I don't know. Okay, my main thing is I do not know where this VN is trying to take me. It has too many things going on at the same time. It's like you have this girl that's like you have the, what's it called, the investigated girl. You got the lolly, you got the serial killer, which probably was the lolly or some other person. Then you got the relationships you had to deal with. Then you got your teacher trying to do counseling to this guy. Then after that, you know, he got his own mental issues he has to worry about. I don't know. It's really all over the place, and like at first it was endearing for a little bit, but now it's just kind of getting kind of slightly annoying, because it's not boring, it's just annoying that I don't see any where this is going. Hopefully maybe in the next episode that it's a little more coherent to what's happening. I really hope so. Because I am like, this is more sensical than freaking harems. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Harems are all over the place. Anyway, guys, that's it for another Storytime Sunday. Hopefully this, like I said before, hopefully this story gets better later on. And I hope you guys all have a great Sunday night or Monday morning if you're on the other side of the world. And like always, guys, thanks for watching, and stay weebish. Night night.